Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel. It is officially the start of the 2025 fishing season. Of course, the rain and the wind are already picking up here. I'm on the Saucony Creek in Berks County, Pennsylvania. Not the greatest stocking spot in the world. However, I typically, in fact, I've never gone out opening day for trout. I don't keep anything, and I don't really like standing next to 15 other guys trying to do the same thing. So not usually my cup of tea. However, there is nobody here this morning. So I think there's like one other car, but it's somebody hiking. So I'm excited. This is also the first video that I've ever filmed for this channel. So a few months ago, I swapped over from having one channel into two, this one being the outdoors channel, of course. So I'm very excited. I'll go over my bucket list eventually for what I want to do for this season for fishing, but I am excited to get out there. I don't think it's a tornado warning today, but we've been in and out of tornado warnings this week, hail warnings, flooding, flash flooding, high winds, rain constantly. Today is supposed to be the same. So we are going through a lot. My heart goes out to anybody in Arkansas right now, Missouri, Kentucky, Tennessee. You guys are just getting destroyed by these storms right now. So please be safe out there. If you are fishing opening day or at any point and there's flooding, please be careful of the creek beds, of course. There's going to be a lot of loose dirt, sediment. The current is going to be changing. And sometimes as you're fishing, it can get stronger. So definitely be careful. If you're fishing in the rain, obviously don't do it in a thunderstorm, but rain, you're mostly fine. If you're standing close to like the edge of the creek, you can also, like dirt collapses pretty easy, especially under some weight. So definitely be careful out there. I don't want to make anybody worry, of course, but you know, that is definitely, something to be aware of. I put my size 13 boot through, the creek bed last year and almost fell right into the water. Like that would have been okay, but still, not something you want to do with camera gear on you. So yeah, I'm excited for this season, guys. I don't know how much I'm going to break this up. If I'm going to different spots, it's going to depend on the weather and how much I catch, honestly. I'm pure catch and release as well. So if you're wondering if if you don't see me release them, sometimes it's just because my GoPro, has a terrible angle and nobody needs to stare at me, stare at me from the waist down while I'm releasing these fish. So, thanks GoPro. Your mount's lovely. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm not going to ramble on too much. It's about 8 a.m., so let's get out there. All right. I'm going to try this deep pocket. If you watched the original channel, I fished this creek pretty hard for a while. And it is pretty much considered like this is my home turf at this point. So it's a quick drive in case the thunderstorms and stuff do get pretty nasty. That way I'm not stuck out somewhere. But this will be the first official cast of the 2025 year. Bear with me all. I have not fished in a few months. The flooding recently should be pretty interesting to deal with. Because I would imagine that's going to be pushing. And I'm already in a tree, don't worry. Alright, there we go. That was a good first cast. Alright, this is the first real cast of the year. Okay, there we go. Nothing on that first pass. Oh, might have been a bite there. Either that or we got a branch down. Ooh. Deeper pocket over here under that tree. Oh, lost the bait. There was a bit of a snag there. I'm going to try and reposition and get just behind this tree here. That's usually a pretty good spot. We also have some decent current in here. I'm going to try. Yeah, crazy enough, this is actually the first opening day of trout I've ever fished. It's usually just too busy and too obnoxious here for PA. Don't typically enjoy going out when it's wall-to-wall fishermen. This year, with the flooding and just the sheer amount of rain coming today, I think that will at least temper some people off. Reposition to go deeper into that pocket there. That's what I was worried about. I'm gonna take one more shot at this pocket here. That's a little shallow. Oh, there was the first bite of the year. Oh, okay. Well, we got one in there. Go back after it. There we go. Ooh, he's a very aggressive one too. Gonna work him up the creek a little bit here. This current is ridiculous up here right now. I'm gonna get him into the net safely. And there we are. Ladies and gentlemen, the first fish of the 2025 season is a brown trout, as I kind of expected from in here. Easy unhook. Look at that beauty. All right, first trout of the season. Well, that felt good. The water is also ice cold. This current is insane with all the rain that we've been getting. Of course, they're revving a truck up here for a boat for some reason. I have no idea what they're doing. I'm probably going to toss in that pocket one more time just to see if he had any friends, and we'll go from there. Alright. Go back in one more time just to see if there's a couple more maybe sitting in there. stick almost had me, boys. The stick almost had me. I'm probably going to switch to another spot. I think he was the only one down there, or at least the only one that was going to fight at the moment. The spot usually yields a fish or two. It's just tough because there's a ton of snags since this is the heavier portion of the creek flow. Oh wow, there's another one. Come on, come back for it. There was a bite in there for sure. Go back in. Oh. You might have gotten a little taste of the hook there. Alright, going with the larger bait. See if we can't get something to commit. There was a bite. Come on, come back for it. There we go. We got something. Cannot tell yet. It's actually pretty far down. Either a trout or a fall fish. Our first fall fish of the year. Awesome. I love these little guys. I know trout anglers aren't big fans of them, but they're always one of my favorites while trout fishing. Yeah, it's okay, buddy. There we go. First fall fish of 2025. Yeah, I see you, buddy. Bye. They are aggressive and fun. I love those things. Drop right back in there. I think that was another bite. Very slow. Phew. This spot typically yields the biggest catches, so I do try and hammer it out a little bit more. Ooh, can't tell if that was a bite or a little bump down there, but definitely felt like a bite. It is incredibly slow to start off the year here. Fish just jumped out of the water here after something. Try and drop right by that tree. See what we got. I heard it, did not see what it potentially was. Oh, and right in the tree. There we go. I'm gonna try and drop right next to that tree. Probably saw it by now, but at least take a look. Try and hang back a little bit, drop it on in. There's a deep pit of rocks here, like a little cliff side, and sometimes the big ones like to sit right underneath it. It's hard to bring them up sometimes, but it's definitely a good spot for them. Wow, it is incredibly slow for the start of the season. Alright, I think I'm going to switch spots. Take one more crack. Just throwing it down in here. And then I'm going to move down the creek further. My confidence as I move down the creek in the spots definitely wavers, so we shall see how this goes, but give it a little slack, let it drift. Alright, moved to the location. Kind of the last of the decent spots that I've found here over the years. There we go. Ooh, looks like a pretty solid one too. Come on, okay, come on. Try and work it in here. Ooh, we got our first rainbow of the year, guys. First rainbow trout of the year. Landed incredibly ungracefully. And unhooked itself. Perfect. Look at that. Beauty. Beauty. Try and get a quick photo for the release as the dirt literally washes away from my feet. Alright. And there he sits. Sweet. Literally tangled itself in the net. So I'm gonna have to untangle this real quick. All right, well, we're hitting the end of the trail here. I'm gonna try probably just back towards the end. In here, it's pretty much pure current and snags. There's a spot all the way at the end that I actually saw while birding yesterday that I'm gonna try real quick. Literally the very end of this trail. But that is pretty much it for this area of Saucony Creek. The other areas I did see were getting peppered already by trout fishermen, so I might end up going to either the Little Lehigh Creek for a spot that I had scouted out there, or maybe the Wyomissing Creek. I haven't decided yet. I was hoping to get some birding in today too, because this is kind of like the last of the good weather for a hot minute. But, well, I shouldn't even say last of the good weather. This is kind of like good weather for birding. So I'm going to try in here just to see if there's anything camping out in this deep pocket, and that's probably going to be it for this location for today. I'm happy we at least got one of each and a fall fish, but obviously I would like more. I can't believe there was nothing in this pocket. That is actually baffling. Like, it's perfect. Just under the creek flow, it slows down. Deep hole, like, I really thought there'd be something in here. Wow. Of course, they might also just not like the bait or the presentation. Like, I'm not saying there's nothing in here, but it's still surprising that no bite looks or anything. Alright, I'm gonna try the very end of this creek. Yeah, I caught a stick here. I'm very excited. And we'll go from there. The other fishermen are a little closer behind me, I think. I might try the spot in the middle of the creek, depending on if there's anybody there. But that is pretty much going to do it for Saucony Creek after these two spots. All right, so it is starting to rain a little bit heavier now. Not too much, but it is starting. You can definitely hear some of the wind as well out there. So slowly going to get a little bit worse. I don't know if I'm going anywhere else today. There's about 7 fishermen that have now arrived here. I'm the only person I think that I've at least spoken to that has caught anything. So I'm happy that I at least got something today. 1 rainbow, 1 brown, and the fall fish, of course, as a little added bonus. I'm happy. I got a few fish. Again, threw them all back, of course. That rainbow was actually really solid too. But yeah, that's going to do it for my very first episode on this channel and for opening day. The water is super murky, the current's all weird, and there's so many snags, but it happens. If I go somewhere else, maybe I'll have some better luck. I could have worse luck. I don't know yet. It's going to depend on the weather and if I want to go bird watching. I also have to edit like 7 videos today for the main channel. So thank you all so much for joining me. Like, comment, subscribe, share the video. Check me out on Instagram and on Fishbrain. I almost forgot the name of it. And as always, if you guys are interested in checking out Mystery Tackle Box, head to my affiliate link in the description below to save $10 a month on your monthly subscription box. Definitely a good way to build up your tackle arsenal and to force yourself to try something new. I'm going to default to all my old baits again for the start of the season. Why not? And I'll see you next time. Tight lines, everybody. Stay safe out there.